Have you ever felt exhausted after talking to someone? Have you noticed how certain presences leave your heart heavy even without apparent reason? This is no coincidence. They are energy vampires, often unconscious ones, who feed on your vitality. And what's most alarming is that most of the time, they are close. Family members, colleagues, friends, even people who call themselves spiritual. What few understand is that energy is the supreme currency of the universe. With it you create, manifest, heal. Without it, everything crumbles. Energy thieves know this, even if instinctively, and they approach precisely when your light begins to shine brighter. But Yogananda revealed a secret. No one can steal what you don't allow. True protection lies not in physically distancing yourself, but in erecting invisible walls of consciousness, capable of shielding your soul against any invasion. Prepare yourself, because in the next few minutes, you will discover how to recognize the signs that your energy is being drained, and more importantly, the sacred techniques to cut these bonds and recover your vital force. What will be revealed may forever change the way you relate to the world around you. There are thieves who operate in broad daylight, but they don't steal gold or silver. They steal something infinitely more precious, the luminosity of your soul. These energy vampires walk among us dressed as friends, family members, and colleagues, silently draining spiritual vitality through seemingly innocent conversations, constant complaints, and emotional demands that suck the light from your aura like invisible leeches. Have you ever felt that inexplicable fatigue after certain people? That strange weight that settles in your chest, that restlessness you cannot name? This is no coincidence. It's the sign that your vital energy has been subtly extracted by someone who, consciously or not, feeds on others. Spiritual force. Paramahansa Yogananda warned about this phenomenon decades ago, revealing truths that modern science has only begun to confirm. We are electromagnetic beings whose energy fields constantly interact, influencing each other in ways that transcend our conscious perception. Today, you will discover not only how to identify these energy thieves, but how to shield your aura with the golden armor of awakened consciousness, how to restore your stolen vitality, and how to transform yourself into a spiritual fortress that radiates light instead of absorbing shadows. The aura is the luminous signature of your soul, a subtle electromagnetic field that extends beyond the limits of your physical body, carrying impressions of every thought, emotion, and intention that inhabits your consciousness. What few understand is that this light is not merely a passive reflection of your inner state, but an active interface that constantly negotiates energetic exchanges with your entire environment. When your aura is strong and pure, you become a natural source of contagious peace. People spontaneously feel calmer in your presence. Conflicts dissolve without effort, and an atmosphere of serenity establishes itself wherever you arrive. When your aura is fragile or contaminated, you become vulnerable to others. Emotional residues, picking up anxieties, depressions, and agitations like an antenna that tunes into all the negative frequencies in the environment. There was a disciple of Yogananda who possessed such a luminous aura that wilted flowers revived in her presence and restless children instantly calmed upon seeing her. When asked about her secret, she replied, "I constantly remember that I am God's light temporarily inhabiting a human body. This remembrance keeps my aura so bright that no darkness can attach to it." The daily practice of auric purification begins with a fundamental identity shift. Stop seeing yourself as a body that occasionally has spiritual experiences and begin recognizing yourself as spirit temporarily inhabiting a body. Each morning, before leaving home, dedicate 5 minutes to visualizing golden light emanating from your heart and enveloping your entire energy field, declaring, "My aura is invincible. I am God's radiant light." But what if your aura were like a spiritual fortress that can only be invaded through breaches you unconsciously create yourself? The cracks in energetic protection don't arise by chance. They are always the result of corrosive emotional states that function like acid, dissolving the integrity of your luminous field. Chronic fear, obsessive worry, repressed anger, and unmetabolized sadness are the four great solvents that dramatically weaken your aura, creating vulnerable points where parasitic energies can attach and drain your vitality. Each negative emotion sustained for prolonged periods is like leaving a window open in a storm. Inevitably, unwanted elements will enter. Tradition teaches about a spiritual warrior who was invincible in battle until the day he began nurturing resentment against a companion. Gradually, his wounds took longer to heal, his strength depleted more quickly, and enemies who previously couldn't touch him began injuring him easily. Only when he dissolved the resentment through forgiveness did his natural protection completely restore. The technique of sealing auric fissures requires constant monitoring of your internal emotional state. Whenever you detect fear, anger, sadness, or worry persisting for more than a few minutes, consciously breathe these emotions out through long, intentional exhalations, replacing them with affirmations of your true divine nature. Remember, you are not your temporary emotions. You are the eternal consciousness that observes them passing. And here is the point almost no one dares consider. Most energy thieves are not malicious beings with conscious intentions to harm. They are unbalanced people who unconsciously feed on others' vitality because they've lost connection with their own inner source of power. They come to you disguised as needy friends, dramatic relatives, eternally negative colleagues. These energy vampires operate through predictable patterns, conversations that always end with you advising and them complaining, encounters where you offer solutions and they find problems in every suggestion, relationships where you constantly donate emotional energy but rarely receive spiritual nourishment in return. After each interaction, you feel strangely empty, confused, or heavy. Consider the story of the woman who always felt exhausted after visiting a certain friend. For years, she attributed this fatigue to work stress, until she noticed the pattern. The friend arrived agitated and left invigorated, while she made the inverse movement. When she consciously began protecting her aura before these encounters, she discovered she could maintain compassion without sacrificing her own vitality. The practice of energetic discernment consists of making an honest inventory of your relationships. After each significant encounter, observe your energy level in the following 30 minutes. If you consistently feel drained after certain people, establish loving boundaries, reduce exposure time, meet in neutral environments, practice auric protection before encounters. Compassion doesn't require energetic self-sacrifice. The supreme antidote against all energy vampirism lies not in complex defensive techniques, but in constant remembrance of your true spiritual identity. You are a child of the Creator of the universe, heir to infinite power, bearer of a light that no darkness can extinguish. This is not optimistic self-suggestion, it's factual recognition of your divine nature. When you authentically remember who you are, your aura automatically becomes impenetrable to lower frequencies. It's like turning on a powerful lamp in a dark room. Shadows don't fight the light. They simply disappear in the presence of superior luminous intensity. Your awakened consciousness is this lamp. Energy vampires are the shadows. Yogananda used to say, "Breath is God's touch on the human soul." Each conscious inhalation is an opportunity to reconnect with your inexhaustible source of divine energy, regardless of how many people tried to drain it during the day. 15 minutes of conscious breathing in silence can completely restore an aura that took hours to weaken. The daily practice of the Golden Shield always begins with breathing. Find a quiet place, close your eyes, inhale deeply, imagining golden light entering through your crown and filling every cell. Exhale slowly, releasing all accumulated fatigue and weight. Repeat for 15 minutes while mentally affirming, I am God's radiant light. My energy is infinite. I am complete and protected. This is not visualization, it's reconnection with your spiritual reality. But what if there existed a free and always available energy hospital, capable of instantly restoring any vitality depletion caused by human vampires? Nature is this sanctuary. Every natural element carries specific frequencies that nourish different aspects of your aura. Earth offers stability, water provides purification, fire brings vitality, air grants lightness, and ether connects you with higher dimensions. Walking barefoot on grass for just 3 minutes discharges accumulated energetic residues and re-establishes your natural electromagnetic field. Breathing pure air in green environments oxygenates not only your lungs, but your entire aura. Allowing sunlight to touch your skin for a few minutes recharges your energy centers like spiritual solar panels. Tradition tells of a monk who became so sensitive to dense human energies that he could no longer live in urban monasteries. He retreated to a forest, and within months, his capacity to radiate peace became so powerful that wild animals came to meditate in his presence. Nature had restored not only his energy, but dramatically expanded his ability to positively influence other beings. The practice of natural restoration can be incorporated even into urban routines. Create a 3-minute ritual outdoors after work. Breathe consciously. Touch a tree or plant. Allow your bare feet to touch natural earth if possible. During this time, affirm, "Nature restores me completely. My energy returns to the original state of purity and vitality." This small ritual is sufficient to neutralize most daily energetic drains. What few understand about gratitude is that it functions as a cosmic tuner of your energetic frequency. When you genuinely give thanks for daily life, breath, and opportunities, you are calibrating your aura to vibrate in higher harmonies that naturally repel parasitic frequencies. Gratitude is not just moral virtue, it's precise spiritual technology. An aura toned by constant gratitude becomes like energetic Teflon, where others' emotional residues simply cannot attach. Criticisms slide without causing wounds. Others' negativity ricochets without penetrating, and you become impermeable to emotional drama that previously affected you deeply. There was a nurse who worked in a psychiatric hospital and, despite being constantly exposed to patients in extreme mental agitation, never left work drained. Her secret was a simple practice. Every hour, she silently gave thanks for 3 aspects of her life: health, family, purpose. This constant gratitude kept her aura so harmonious that surrounding disturbances couldn't destabilize it. The practice of the auric tuner through gratitude consists of establishing 5 specific moments of the day for conscious recognition. Upon waking, before lunch, mid-afternoon, before dinner, and before sleeping. In each moment, identify 3 specific aspects of your life for which you are genuinely grateful and feel this gratitude radiating from your heart. This simple practice, maintained consistently, makes your aura practically invulnerable to energetic attacks. And here reveals itself one of the most powerful tools of energetic protection. Your spoken word with consciousness and pure intention possesses literal creative power. It doesn't merely describe realities, but creates them. When you consciously declare, "My aura is invincible," you are mobilizing cosmic forces to materialize this truth, not just suggesting it to your subconscious mind. The universe is mental in its fundamental nature. Focused thoughts charged with emotion become magnets that attract corresponding circumstances. When you consistently affirm your energetic invulnerability with total conviction, you are programming reality itself to reflect this truth through concrete experiences. Yogananda taught about a disciple who was constantly disturbed by negative energies until he learned the power of decrees. He began each day declaring, "I am a being of inextinguishable light. My presence purifies any environment. Where I arrive, peace is established." Within weeks, he not only stopped being affected by others' negativity, but became an agent of positive transformation in any group. The practice of energetic protection decrees must be performed with technical precision. Stand upright, breathe deeply 3 times, place your right hand over your heart, and declare in a firm but not loud voice, "I decree my light returns now and remains with me. I am invulnerable to all inferior energy. My aura shines with divine power." Repeat 3 times, visualizing golden light radiating from your chest. Do this every morning and whenever you feel energetically compromised. But what if some of the strategies you used to protect yourself energetically were actually increasing your vulnerability? 3 common mistakes keep sensitive people trapped in drainage cycles: chronic hyperavailability, confusing guilt with compassion, and excessively consuming others. Problems as if they were emotional entertainment. Chronic hyperavailability arises from the unconscious belief that being good means always being accessible to solve others' problems. This mentality creates implicit energetic contracts where others learn they can unload their emotional burdens on you whenever they need. True compassion sometimes requires saying no. Preserving your energetic balance is better service in the long term. Confusing guilt with compassion is another subtle but devastating mistake. Feeling responsible for others. Emotional well-being creates toxic, energetic bonds that constantly drain your vitality. You are not responsible for healing anyone's emotional wounds, only for maintaining your own vibration high enough to inspire healing through example. The practice of relational energetic hygiene consists of establishing specific windows for caring for others and sacred windows for caring for yourself. Define specific times when you're available for deep conversations about problems, and inviolable times of personal silence where no external demands are met. Communicate these boundaries with love, but maintain them with firmness. Clear boundaries don't drive away true love, they preserve it. When you recognize you've been energetically drained, every minute counts. The more quickly you implement restoration techniques, the less time it will take to recover your natural vitality. The post-drainage emergency protocol is a specific sequence of 3 actions that can be performed anywhere and quickly reverse the effects of energetic vampirism. First, immediately wash your hands and neck with cold water, visualizing all foreign energy being dissolved and flowing down the drain. Water is a natural conductor that facilitates removal of energetic residues fixed in your field. Second, make 3 long exhalations emitting a soft sound like "ah," imagining all fatigue and weight leaving through breathing. Third, affirm with conviction, "I withdraw and reunite within myself. My energy returns completely." Conscious walking for 2 minutes, paying attention to the sensations of your soles touching the ground, completes the protocol, grounding any excess foreign energy that may still be circulating in your system. During the walk, visualize light roots emerging from your feet and absorbing all foreign energy, transmuting it into nourishment for the earth. Keeping a simple energy journal, just 1 line per day describing your energy level after significant interactions, reveals patterns that allow preventive adjustments. Record: after meeting with X, energy 710, or after the meeting, intense fatigue. This pattern awareness allows you to develop specific strategies for recurring situations. How do you know if these practices are effectively strengthening your energetic protection? Progress indicators are subtle but unmistakable. Shorter recovery time after exposure to dense energies, increased decisional clarity even in chaotic environments, and relationships that become lighter and more harmonious without conscious effort on your part. When your aura is truly strong, you stop attracting energy vampires. They unconsciously sense they won't be able to feed on your energy and naturally distance themselves or modify their behavior in your presence. Dramatic people calm down. Negative individuals find positive aspects to comment on, and conflicts dissolve before escalating. The clearest sign of developed auric protection is the ability to maintain compassion without absorbing others' suffering. You can listen to others' problems, offer genuine support, and remain energetically neutral. It's like being a lighthouse that illuminates ships in a storm without being affected by the waves that rock them. The goal is not energetic isolation or emotional insensitivity, but conscious discernment, choosing when to open energetically and when to maintain protection, based on inner wisdom and not automatic reactions. This mastery transforms you from energetic victim to conscious master of your own spiritual boundaries. The journey we traveled today revealed a truth simultaneously liberating and empowering. You are not a defenseless victim of energy vampires, but conscious architect of your own spiritual protection. Each technique we explored, from auric strengthening through conscious breathing to establishing healthy boundaries in relationships, is an empowerment tool that transforms you from passive receiver of others' energies into active radiator of your own divine light. But true energetic protection transcends defensive techniques and reveals itself as natural expression of a consciousness that recognizes its own divinity. When you truly remember that you are inextinguishable light temporarily inhabiting human form, energy vampires cease being threats and become practice opportunities, occasions to demonstrate your capacity to remain centered in your own inner source of power, regardless of surrounding turbulences. If these revelations awakened in you the recognition of your true, invulnerable nature, if they touched the deepest chords of a soul that always knew it was more powerful than any force that tried to diminish it, then allow your gratitude to transform into conscious action. Tap the like, so more sensitive souls discover these spiritual protection tools. Subscribe to this channel to continue receiving the keys of ancestral wisdom adapted to modern challenges. Share this light with all those you know need to learn to protect their own luminosity. And in the comments, declare with the authority of your recognized divinity, "My aura is invincible, for I am God's eternal light." Because each authentic affirmation of power strengthens not only your own protection, but contributes to humanity's collective awakening to its true spiritual nature. May Paramahansa Yogananda's wisdom illuminate each choice between vulnerability and conscious protection. May your aura become a spiritual sun that warms without exhausting itself, illuminates without dimming, protects without isolating. May you discover in the daily practice of these truths the inexplicable joy of being a source of light for the world instead of an absorber of its shadows. And may your presence become a silent blessing that elevates the vibration of any environment where you arrive, transforming it into a temple of peace through the simple radiation of your awakened consciousness.